Everybody alpha now. One of the major mistakes wey many people they make when they first start to dey write JavaScript na the syntax. Syntax just means say, as I explained now for the last video, how you dey write your Igbo, how you dey write your Hausa, how you dey write your Yoruba. You dey get signs and symbols. You dey get the way they pronounce something. Wey say it go make sense for that language. You get the way you go pronounce something where it no go make sense for that language. Then na the same thing we dey do with JavaScript. So for JavaScript now, this console.log na statement. And if you don't write statement for JavaScript, it is very important. Make you dey always dey close your statement with a semicolon. So you see this semicolon where I put for here now, if I no put am, I fit cause myself more problem for the end of my statement. Meaning if the browser here no see this colon, e no go know say I don't close the code. Because JavaScript na case sensitive language. We come in say, if I say console.log hello world for here, and I write the same code, but I go do big C, JavaScript go throw me error. So if you look the dev tool for here, you go see say JavaScript tell me say hello world for line 1, which na this line, it dey work. But console is not, that's the capital letter C console, is not defined. Well, that na because na case sensitive language. Now language for this language, we say if you write capital letter C, it no be the same thing as small letter C, or when you use write console. So you don't need to dey know where you dey write your capital and your small letters and all those things. What you say you want to write word like 2-letter word, like say my age. How you go take write down for JavaScript? Well, you gonna need to write and say you want write. I'm just going to quickly make una no worry about the const where the write and let. We just say const my age. I just do and make the code no break. So you go say my age. You go come assign them to a value. Don't worry about that. And then this my age now where you see like this. You see the way I write down. If you look am well, make them big for now. If you look am well, you go see say your eyes from far. You feel read this text. Make I come on this one for here. You go see say this one for here, you feel read this text, right? You feel read this my age well. But if I go to write and say my age 10, and then I write another one with capital M and say my age, right? You go see equals to 10. So make me say we want console log. I'll say 11. And I go say CLG. That's my own console log. I go say my age. That's the camelCase. So you see say the first one na camelCase. This second one no be camelCase because na uppercase M and uppercase A. Now we write. So I go come say, okay, make I console log the two. My age. And you see say these two, even if not the same thing I spell, because I just changed this M, way different from na different value it can get. So for example, if I say I want to change this const to var and I press save, you go see say because now variable is the work. So if I say, okay, now this var, I want to define them like this. But instead of writing, you go see people code maybe like this. They go write and say, okay, var 10 equals this. Or you go see them say then write my age. And you go see them say they write another one, say my age. And then they go just call them. But if you say it tell us say undefined and undefined for line 4 and line 5. Then here and here. So why they tell us say they're undefined? That's not because we never give them value, right? So in JavaScript, whenever you define something, you need to give them value. So if you say, okay, my age value now equals to 10. Don't worry, I'll explain all these ones eventually. Then you go put comma, of course. Then you go say, and you go see say the next value of 6, the next line of 6, you don't get anything for here. So you can say, okay, for inside this line of 6, you can assign them a value of, let's just say 11 for now. I go see say, if I console log all this now, everything they work. Another thing we do be say, we just comment this out. So make I just say, just like CSS, if you comment this out. So I can just press Control and /. That will help me comment my code out. So just like CSS, if you comment our code like this, if you comment the whole line itself if you want. So if I want to comment this whole thing here now, if I say I want to comment this line and this whole code, I feel just add them, just like my CSS. So I feel just say / and star, and then I go just say star and / again. For inside here now, inside the star, that there I go to add all my codes. So I feel just add my many code like we did with the HTML comments. I can just comment the code and the JavaScript don't disappear for here. So always remember, say JavaScript na case sensitive language. Always remember, say the way you define your variables, the way you go to use, the way you name your variables, you go to use camelCase. Remember what's in the camelCase and how you go to name them. Then this one we get the small one, we get the small letter. I'm gonna put in this here, okay, and then this now variable and console log. You can see say if I save the code, JavaScript, because of the console, go to tell me say, okay, you get error, okay, you get error. So if I come out this line now, where they cause them, because JavaScript don't tell me say, they expect this one here. If I just clean this line, you say the code don't fix and everything don't they work as we expect. And whenever you get errors, always they try to read the errors so you go to understand waiting they happen for your code.